Good morning, children. So, last class we have finished our first chapter, isn't it? So, I hope that you all wrote class work also. Yes, I will send the remaining notes today. Okay, so please copy the note, children, and start to read. Okay, so today we are moving to our second chapter. Okay, so the topic of second chapter is components of food. Okay, so we can see what are the components of food, what is the significance of that food, and how we have to eat healthy food and stay healthy. And we can see if you are not eating healthy food, what are the deficiency disease caused. Okay, so we are going to see all these in this chapter. Now first we can see, we know that we have learned in the previous chapter that food is essential for the body, isn't it? So why food is essential? Because it keep us healthy. Yes, so food also help in the growth of our body. Okay, so and not only that, it protect our body from disease. As so food contains some useful substance, okay, that are called as nutrients. Okay, so food contains some useful substances that an organism needs to live and grow. These useful components are called as what? Nutrients. Understood, children? So the food which we are eating, it contains some useful substances, so it's needed by all the organism, okay, for their what? Growth. Okay, so these useful components are called as nutrients. Okay, now so the main components of food are, you can see in the picture, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Okay, so these are called as components of food. Okay, so components of food are called as nutrients. Okay, so we know that nutrient why we are taking, in order to live and grow, isn't it? So these nutrients are called as components of food. What are the components of food? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So let's see about all these components of food briefly about in this chapter. Okay, so first we can see significance of nutrients, that means importance of these nutrients. So the quality of food is determined by the type of nutrients. Okay, so the food which we are eating, that quality will be determined by the type of nutrients present in the particular food. Understood, children? Now we can see one by one. First one is carbohydrates. So carbohydrates, they are the source of energy. Okay, carbohydrates are source of energy. Thus, these food items containing carbohydrates are called as energy giving food. Okay, so they are giving energy for us. Okay, they are acting as the source of energy. So the food item containing carbohydrates are called as what? Energy giving foods. Okay, then carbohydrate, they are present in our food mainly in two forms. Okay, so the carbohydrate are present in our food mainly two forms. What are they? Starch and sugar. Okay, it will be in the form of starch and it will be in the form of sugar. Now we can see example for the rich source of starch. Okay, so potato, bread, rice contain what? More starch content. Okay, so they are the rich source of starch. So then we can see example for sugar. Example for sugar is glucose. Okay, so glucose is the simplest carbohydrate. Okay, it is easily utilized by the body to release energy. Okay, so because of this reason only, glucose is given to the patients who require energy urgently. In hospital, if we went means we can see the patients, the doctors used to give glucose. If we are more tired means doctor used to give what? Glucose. Why? Because the glucose will give the patient energy. Okay, so it is a energy giving substance. So glucose is given to patient who require energy urgently. Understood, children? Now we can see example for the sugar rich in glucose. Okay, fruits, honey, table sugar, they are rich in glucose. Okay. So potato, bread, rice, they are rich source of starch, and fruits, honey, table sugar are rich in glucose. Okay. Now we can see sources of carbohydrates. So in this picture you can see from where, what are the food items which contains what? More carbohydrates. So wheat, rice, maize, then cereals, then potato, then tapioca. These food items contain what? More carbohydrates. So they are called the source of carbohydrates. Now we can do one activity. Okay, that is we are going to test the presence of starch in the food sample. Okay, children. So for this, take the food sample. Okay, take the food sample that need to be tested. Okay, next you have to put that in a test tube. Okay, just you have to take the food sample that need to be tested and put it in a test tube. Okay, so if it is a solid food, then you have to add little amount of water to it. Okay, so just you take the food sample that need to be tested and put it in a test tube. After that, if it is a solid food, we have to add little amount of water to it, then mix it well. Okay, so you have, after that you have to add a few drops of iodine. Okay, iodine solution to it. Okay, if the sample turns blue black, okay, then the food items contain what? Starch. Understood, children? So you have to take the food sample in a test tube. After that, mix, if it is a solid food, just you have to mix it with little amount of water. Then you have to add what? A few drops of iodine. Okay, so iodine actually it is a brown color solution. Okay, so when we are adding this brown color solution of iodine to white color solution of white color food sample, it turns into blue black. You can see the color of blue black. Yes, blue black. Then it indicates the presence of starch in the food. Understood, children? Now this same test you can do by just you can even test by simply cutting a portion of potato in two parts. Okay, so here in this picture you can see the potato, the half part of the potato is taken, and just we have to add a drop of iodine solution into it. Okay, so we know that potato is acting as a source of carbohydrates. It contains what? Starch. Okay, so when we are adding iodine solution into the potato, it will turns to blue black. Okay, it indicates the presence of starch in the potato. Now we are moving to test for the presence of sugar in a food sample. So first we saw the test for the presence of starch in a food sample. Now we are going to see test for the presence of sugar in a food sample. So for this, just you have to take the food sample in a test tube. Okay, if the food sample is solid, crush it and add a little amount of water in it. Okay, after that, for testing the sugar, we are using one solution. That solution is called as Benedict solution. Okay, so for testing the sugar, we are using the solution. What is the name of that solution? Benedict solution. Okay, so after adding a little amount of water to it, just we have to add a few drops of Benedict solution. Okay, 2 drops means if the 2 centimeter cube of test solution we have taken, so in this glucose is added. Yes, so just equal amount of the glucose only you have to add the Benedict solution. Okay, so you add Benedict solution. Okay, so Benedict solution, actually the color of Benedict solution is blue in color. Okay, so the color of Benedict solution is what? Blue. Okay, so after that you have to heat it. Okay, heat it for a few minutes in a water bath. Okay, you can see in the picture, isn't it? So just we have to take the food sample. If it is solid, crush it well, then add little amount of water, mix it, then you have to add equal amount of Benedict solution. Okay, so after when you are adding Benedict solution, it become blue color. Okay, so then you have to heat the solution in a water bath. So after heating, if the food sample turns to brick red, okay, if the solution is if the food sample turns to brick red, the food sample is rich in sugar. Okay, if it has medium sugar content, it will turn to yellow color. Okay, so if it has low sugar content, it will turn green in color. Understood, children? So if it has the if it is rich in sugar, it will turn to what? Brick red color. And if it is having the medium sugar content, it will turn yellow. It has low sugar content, means it will turn to green in color. Understood, children? Now we are moving to see about next nutrient, that is fats. So what is meant by fats? So like carbohydrate, these fats also provide us energy. Okay, they give us the twice the energy than the carbohydrate give us. Okay, so we will get twice the amount than the carbohydrate. Okay, then food items containing fats are also called as energy giving food. We know carbohydrate also called as the food items which containing carbohydrate is also called as energy giving food, isn't it? And in the same way, fats also giving energy for us. It is giving twice the energy than carbohydrates. It is also called as what? Energy giving food. Now in this picture you can see the food high in fat. Fatty meats and fish, then avocado, then cheese, butter, nuts and seeds, chocolate. So these are the foods which contain what? Fat. Now we can see, on the basis of the source from which the fat are obtained, they are classified into two types. They are animal fats and plant fats. So source means what? From where it will get. Yes, so the fat will be obtained from either animal or plant. Okay, based on that, fat are classified into two. What are they? Animal fats and plant fats. Now, milk products like butter, ghee are sources of animal fat, because you know milk products means it is getting from cows, butter, ghee and also it is a sources of animal fat. Now, vegetable oil is acting as a source of what? Plant fat. Okay, vegetable oils. So the oil which is extracted from the vegetable are acting as a source of plant fat. Okay, so taking plant fat is good for our health. Okay, if you are taking animal fat more, it leads to obesity. Okay, extra fat will be stored in our body. Okay, so fat, what is the use of fat in our body? It keeps our body warm. And so I told already, plant fat is better. It is good fat. We can take plant fat instead of taking animal fat. So if we are taking animal fat more, extra fats are stored in the body. Yes, and if extra fat is there, if the fat is stored in excess in our body, it causes obesity. Okay, obesity means what? that means more the fatty person. Okay, so I hope that you all understand about the two nutrients, that is components of food. Today we have seen two components of food. What are they? Carbohydrate and what? Fat. Yes, next class we can see the remaining components of food. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask children. Okay, I will send note also. Copy the notes and start to read, children. Thank you, children.